sign in back of us. And so what we're going to do right now is we're going to have about 10 minutes, we promise to keep it brief, of comments from the people that have helped us organize this event. My name is Allison Chatrchyan, and I work for Cornell Cooperative Extension in Dutchess County. And I just really wanted to thank you for coming out today. And it's sunny. Yay! Yay! Hallelujah! I was a little bit worried yesterday. Has anyone noticed that it's getting warmer and more wet?
Yeah, right.
Yes. So I heard Bill McKibben speak at the Carey Institute this spring. Does anybody know who he is? He's the organizer of 350.org, and this is actually the third year that there's been a 350.org event in the Hudson Valley. And he inspired me to organize this with the help of many organizations here today. And I think it's just amazing that we're doing this event in the Hudson Valley, but along with us on September 24th, there are people doing this event in 175 nations. And they're biking, paddling, skateboarding, kayaking, and walking today. And then what we're going to do is take a picture, and we're going to send it to them by email, and it's going to be shown today at the United Nations. So I think that'll be great. So if I can thank our co-sponsors with Cooperative Extension of Dutchess and Ulster Counties, can you guys raise your hands? Carolyn and Neil and Kristen, Melinda. We also have Sustainable Hudson Valley here, Melissa Everett, Catskill Mountain Keeper, who couldn't be here, but they are a big supporter of this event. The Dutchess and Ulster County EMCs, which is the Environmental Management Councils, Gilmore Planning, SUNY New Paltz, Nyberg, the Vassar Greens, and they walked over from Vassar, so thank you. The Wappinger Greenway Trail Committee, and most important, our 4-H Outdoor Ed Club. All right.
And Sierra Club.
And Sierra Club. And Clearwater. And Clearwater.
Clearwater.
And the League of Women Voters, Dale Thompson.
Very good.
Great. So as you may know, Cornell Cooperative Extension is celebrating our 100th anniversary this year. And whereas we started 100 years ago helping people through the Great Depression and deal with issues like the Dust Bowl, we're now tackling issues like childhood obesity and climate change. And climate change, as you guys realize, and I hope we're going to raise awareness, is already affecting New York State. It's already 2 degrees warmer than it used to be in the 1970s, and it's 4 degrees warmer in the winter. We're also seeing more precipitation happening in these big rainfall events, like we've seen recently. Unfortunately, between those big rainfall events, we're seeing periods of drought, and these trends are going to continue. So right now, we're going to hear a few brief comments from our partners, and then we have information. If you'd like more information about climate change, this is research-based information from Cornell University. We'd be happy to share it with you. And if you're from the press, we'd be happy to talk with you more after these brief comments. So right now, I'd like to hear from Melissa Everett from Sustainable Hudson Valley.
Thank you. Thank you. If anybody saw me, I was the crazy person walking along the walkway with that box of stainless steel water bottles, trying to demonstrate what we believe is the one source of enough counterforce to all of the slowness and lack of difficulty in responding to climate change, and that is people power. That is the incredible knowledge that lives in our citizens, our skilled volunteers, our underemployed smart people, our second home executives, all the people who know what to do and need a place, need a vehicle for working together. So we were having cabin fever in the office a year or so ago, and we thought up a vehicle, a stretch goal very much. It's called the 10% Challenge. And lots of people have invented this and thought they were the only one. There's a viral movement in the United Kingdom, very similar. There's been one in Vermont, Greenfield, Massachusetts. But our version is an invitation to communities cut your energy use 10%, community-wide, local government, households, business, and get 10% of your people involved. Now, you know, in most communities, there's 3 volunteers who do everything. So more than the energy saving, the paradigm shift is about bringing people together. We have piloted this in Red Hook, the town and 2 villages, and Warwick, a town and 3 villages. We've seen tremendous creativity from Red Hook Library getting a little kilowatt meter so people could measure their energy use to, you know, Warwick dedicating a science teacher. It's now scaling up in 14 communities representing over 100,000 people, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I am thrilled also to be with all of these people, and I am thrilled to have caught myself before I went on too long. Thank you very much. Who's next?
So Vassar Greens, Jillian.
Be even more concise than me.
Hi, I'm Jillian Gunther. I'm one of the co-presidents of the Vassar Greens this semester. And I just want to share a couple ways for youth to get involved. There are 2 main things going on right now. First is a youth activist organization that is happening statewide that came out of Power Shift last April. Power Shift is a huge conference that happens every 2 years in DC. It's a tremendous opportunity for grassroots organizing and just connecting to people on climate justice and all the issues that go along with that. And I'm happy to announce that the Green Umbrella, the Youth Activist Network in New York, is planning a Power Shift New York for this coming spring, and I really hope that we get a great turnout. The details will be coming out. If you're interested in becoming part of that, either in helping organizing or just staying in the loop, there's an email listserv that you can get on. If you'd like to know more, my email address is jiguenther@vassar.edu. And the really big push right now is on fracking, which is a really huge issue in this community and across the state. So I hope that you all get involved.
Thank you. And Eric Wood from SUNY New Paltz, Sniper.
Hello, my name is Eric Wood. I'm the project coordinator for the SUNY New Paltz chapter of NYPIRG, the New York Public Interest Research Group, and I just want to comment that students need to take action to combat climate change and implement sustainable steps towards a clean energy economy right now. They attend large institutions that can be epicenters for innovation, and students were at the forefront of advocating for positive change in our society in the times of anti-war protests and the civil rights movement, and climate change need be no different. So the time to act is now, and just want to let Natalie say a word here too.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Natalie Mazer. I'm interning at SUNY New Paltz, specifically for the hydrofracking issue. I just want to talk about some stuff that New Paltz is doing. Right now, New Paltz is conducting sustainable renovations and leader in energy and environmental design lead certified construction projects. Because students spoke up through campus groups like the Student Senate, Students for Fresh Water, Students for Sustainable Agriculture, and NYPIRG. So, you know, we're making huge change, and students everywhere can do the same. So, thank you.
Oh, and next we have Manna Joan Green from Clearwater.
I think it's, first of all, where's the young lady Jen with Clearwater shirt? Yes, indeed, a Clearwater volunteer, the next Clearwater generation, the next generation of environmental leaders. Clearwater would like to urge Governor Cuomo and the New York State DEC not to pit hydrofracking against closing Indian Point. Indian Point is unsafe. It is not a solution to climate change, but neither is hydrofracking. The solution is the incredible economic opportunity that rests in transitioning rapidly, not slowly. Enough of the slowly when we get around to it, when the incentives are good enough. The incentive is climate change, and the alternative is not nuclear or fossil fuel. It's the green energy economy.
Yeah.
A rapid transition to the green energy economy. I also want to say that Clearwater is actively doing climate justice work in Kingston, here in Poughkeepsie, in Beacon, and in Peekskill, and hopes to eventually do that in all of the cities. And that means looking at the impacts of climate change and finding ways to mitigate them, and also prepare and adapt for climate change, specifically with environmental justice communities, which are communities of color and low income, who generally have greater impacts when there are storms or flooding, and less mobility to flee if that's necessary. But with good preparation, that we can combat that. So if anybody is interested in working on climate justice, please see me after. Thank you.
We now have Sarah Thompson with the League of Women Voters.
Amanda's a member too, so.
Okay.
The League nationally has this as a top priority, has for quite a while, right up there with healthcare reform for several years. These have been the two top priorities. We're an environmental organization, which a lot of people don't know, along with good government and other issues we care about. Locally, we're working on solid waste at the state level, hydrofracking, and so on. So we care about a lot of environmental issues, but climate change does take care of so many, it's an umbrella for so many of them. My message here today is a very practical one. I'm reminding you that you need to be politically involved as well as personally involved in your lifestyle and in every other way. So you have political power, and the number one way to use that isn't just to demonstrate and to, wear buttons and all, but to contact people who are making the decisions. Right now, you have every single county legislator up for office. Town supervisors are running, town boards are running. You may not know who these people are. Most people don't. And it's really important that you find out who in your community is running. These league membership little promotional pieces have the boards of elections for both counties. We serve both counties, so this is great to stand in the middle. It has that contact information so you can look it up. But the best way is to go down to your town hall and talk to the clerk, find out what's happening there, get involved, go to some meetings, and I will send you away with another kind of message of moderation. These people who run for office are dealing with a lot of difficult issues, and I just sat in on a meeting of the town supervisors in Ulster, and they're talking about the flooding situation, and they're talking about, oh good, DEC is going to, just give us an exemption from some of the permits, and the environment is sometimes seen as a barrier. Environmental concerns are seen as a barrier to getting a lot of their work done. The important thing is to get to hear their concerns and then figure out how you can help. We did an energy conference, several of us here together networked to put on an energy conference. We only really talked about money, how energy saving can save you money, and that's where people show up. Unfortunately, they don't. We're all environmentally concerned. We know how critically important this is to the next generation, but unfortunately that is not, as we've mentioned, not a view shared by everybody. But you can talk to people where they are, find out where they are and where the environmental message will resonate, and very often it's in the pocketbook. And be sympathetic with these folks. They are really dealing with a lot of tough stuff right now, and the economy is the worst of it. The 2% tax limitation. So sometimes these environmental concerns seem very airy-fairy, and I know we all know they aren't, but to them it just gets in the way. So figure out where they live, speak to them, go to candidate events. We're having several, but you should have them in your town, and if they're not happening, make them happen. Say, we need to hear from you, we need to talk about the issues that matter to us, and get involved.
Great, and our next speaker is going to be Marie Elliott with our Rach Club. Can you guys go up and join?
Good afternoon. I just want to take this quick second to introduce you to the 4-H Outdoor Ed Club from Dutchess County. We have lots of youngsters, and our focus is outdoor education, outdoor activities, and getting the kids to appreciate the environment that's around them, and doing it in a fun way. So we encourage you to turn around, take a hike with Outdoor Ed.
And try our solar
And yes,
smoothie.
and also at the Poughkeepsie entrance, we are helping to demonstrate the 4-H Energy Lab. So the kids are making solar smoothies, and we do have a container for donations if you were so inclined. Thank you.
And last we have Melinda Herzog from CCE. And I'm going to join. Fun.
Well, I'm Melinda Herzog from Cornell Cooperative Extension in Ulster County. This is Kristen Wilson, also from Cooperative Extension in Ulster County. I work on a project called Creating Healthy Places to Live, Work, and Play, and Kristen works on a project called Healthy Kingston for Kids. These programs fight obesity and type 2 diabetes, and they promote active living and healthy eating. Coincidentally, becoming more active is really great for the environment. Destination-oriented biking and walking is going to reduce your carbon footprint and be really good for, stopping climate change. So get out there, get active, walk, bike, use public transportation. That's all great for the environment, and it's great for you. It's going to make you a healthier person. Did you want to talk before I close?
We're going to start gathering for the photo, and we would like to recognize Jim Doxey.
And
Jim?
As we gather for the photo and we finish up also, remember to visit all the tables on either side of the bridge, on the Ulster and Dutchess side, and check out all the resources as well.
Great. Jim is our Dutchess County legislator, and we have
Ken Levinson.
Ken Levinson.
I would like to say this.
Okay, sure. Here you go.
Just before you close, Allison, I want to thank everybody, first off, men and women, for coming out today, but I think the most important part of our future and our environment is sitting right here to my left. Without our children and the knowledge that they are bringing forth, we have to continue to fund. I have been a strong proponent of Cornell Cooperative. I have continually voted against cutting their budget for the last couple of years now. But our kids are our future, and that is where our sustainability is. So having our children involved, that solar smoothie, please, if you haven't had one, get one. They are heavy lobbyists pulling you to that table to get one, so please do so. Our kids are our future. The knowledge, their education, we cannot continue to cut their funding because we are literally cutting our own throats. I commend them for coming out today, and I want to thank every boy and girl that is here today. Clearwater, Manitou Green. We do have another candidate that's running for office here in the city of Poughkeepsie. I don't see any of the other 24 legislators out of Dutchess County, which I'm rather upset with. They all know about this event here today. Many of them do not support Cornell Cooperative to the extent that we have to and should. So that's a little upsetting. Ken Levinson is running for City of Poughkeepsie Mayor. He's a strong proponent for Cornell Cooperative. And Ken, would you like to say a few words before Allison closes?
It's a pleasure being here this morning. I can assure you the peach smoothie is absolutely delicious, and I recommend you all get one. I'm running as the Democratic candidate for City of Poughkeepsie. I think the Cornell Cooperative Extension does wonderful work. I'm here for two main reasons. These are two of my absolute favorite topics. One is renewable energy, and one is healthy living. So let's talk about renewable energy. It's very important that we explore any alternative forms of energy today. And as mayor in the city of Poughkeepsie, I will look into forms of renewable energy in all office buildings and all municipal buildings downtown. I'd also like to explore perhaps giving a tax credit to match the state credits for residents that live in the city of Poughkeepsie, whose utility costs are rising very high and who need a way of getting renewable energy so we reduce pollution in the environment and make things more affordable. Number two, talking about healthy living. This walkway is a great example of healthy living. It promotes people, especially in our inner urban city, right at their doorsteps, to walk, to hike, to explore the outdoor, the fresh air, the beautiful environment. And that's very important. We also need to expand youth activities for our children. In the city right now, we have far too many youths that are underserved. We've got child obesity, but we live in the Hudson Valley. We've got a wonderful farm cooperative. We've got the Culinary Institute of America, and the Hudson Valley, and Poughkeepsie in particular, should be a central location for eating healthy food and promoting activities for our children. So these are two very important activities. I commend you for all being here this day, and I'd like to thank Cornell Cooperative for hosting us. If you have more interest in my campaign, I'm at www.levinsonformayor.com. We always need volunteers and help. And please remember, on November 8th is Election Day. So whether you're in the city of Poughkeepsie or anywhere in Ulster or Dutchess County, I urge you to vote. As it's been pointed out, the future is ours, and you determine that. And it's up to you to work together with civic leaders to make things better for our people. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much. And now we're going to gather in here as many people as we can get together and take a big photo. And if we can have our kids in the front, and we'll take, and maybe you guys can hold